Hey guys, hi and happy Training Tuesday. I hope you are having a fantastic day and had a great week last week. Thank you for joining me again. My name's Kim Irwin. I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne International, and I'm here to talk about health and well-being. I'm gonna have a sip of my fizz first. Today's topic is kind of twofold because there's a really important product that I want to talk about, or ingredient, and but there's also a book that I'm reading called The Slight Edge, and it's by Jeff Olson. There's the cover. And I want to start, this will lead into the second part of this, but this really comes into play for everything that we do. There is no, in this book, if you read it, there is no quantum leap. We want to believe that rarely there are breakthrough occasions and breakthrough this and sudden that and quantum leap this. But the fact of the matter is, those things truly are much more a product of small little actions and behaviors done consistently and persistently over time. So there are three points that I wanted to just read to you really quickly that talk about achieving success. And then we're going to move into how this relates to that. Only 5%, that's 1 in 20, will achieve the level of success and fulfillment that they hope for. The other 95% either fail or fall short. The only difference between them is the slight edge. So the secret to the 5% success is always in mundane, there's that word that it just sounds bad, mundane, easy things that anyone can do. Okay? You need to have the knowledge of what needs to be done to do it. But people consistently don't do these simple things for 3 reasons. Number 1, while they're easy to do, they are easy to not do. You don't see any results at first. And number 3, they seem insignificant, like they don't matter, but they do. That is the slight edge. There's way more that I wanted to share in here, but I really kind of want to move on to menopause. Got you there, didn't I? You didn't know we were going to talk about menopause. And guys, you can listen in on this too, because this may help somebody that you know. Valentine's Day is coming up. So I have been also listening. My husband got me turned on to this podcast. I've actually only listened to 3 episodes so far. But the first one just hooked me in because it is so powerful for women who are perimenopausal, which means you're starting to experience some things, because I'm going to say it, your period's going to stop. Okay? I said the P word. Women are different than men. And this one woman in particular, her name is Dr. Stacy Sims. That's STACY. SIMS, and she works with physiology, exercise physiology, and nutrition. And she specializes in the difference in the sexes. And she says, she did a TED Talk actually, and she said, women are not small men. We are not small men. So there are big, vast differences. And the one key difference is women have periods. They have a menstrual cycle. And when that stops and the process leading up to that stopping, so much is going on in our bodies that we think we just have to lay down and roll over and take it. And that is just not true. Okay, so this is what I love. First of all, I didn't do as much research on this piece of it, but I will probably in a follow-up to this. But if you are experiencing brain fog, whether you're young and you had COVID, or you are perimenopausal, postmenopausal, menopausal, whatever that looks like, protein helps with brain fog. So Arbonne's vegan protein. It is highly digestible. It's pea, cranberry, and brown rice protein. That is very important. If you don't like the shakes, we have a protein boost. Can't smell it, can't taste it, but put it in there because it is so essential in our bodies for our physiology. So, what I'm listening to this podcast, it is called Hit Play, Not Pause. And the narrator, the woman who runs this, her name is Selene Yeager. And she is, she's a runner, but she is a cyclist, very competitive cyclist and very successful at it. So she and Dr. Sims are doing this podcast, and they're talking about what can we do around menopause symptoms? And what are those symptoms? So those symptoms can be anything: stress. Have you ever had a night where you're just laying there and you cannot go to sleep? Or you finally fall asleep and you wake up and you cannot go back to sleep? Or you're having hot flashes all night long, the night sweats, you wake up, you're dripping wet, and you're just exhausted. And then the next morning, you have hot flashes throughout the day. You don't have any energy. You didn't get a good night's sleep. You want to go and you want to exercise. Maybe you're a competitive athlete. These things affect every single woman. Body fat, body composition, it changes. It feels like it changed overnight, right? You wake up and suddenly you're like, where did this belly fat come from? It's not funny, and I'm not laughing. But it's almost like a depression. And a lot of women do go through a depression. You have to be so kind and gentle with yourself going through this, okay? But not only that, there are things that we can do and take that will help and assist with this process. So I've talked about adaptogens before. Adaptogens are ancient. They're very, very powerful, and they are plant compounds. And there are a number of them that deal specifically with stress and the hormonal system. So you've heard of probably black cohosh. That is specifically for hot flashes. So if you're having hot flashes, maybe talk with your physician about that. See if there's some sort of product that you might be able to use that would specifically work on that. Somehow it works with the thermoregulation in our body, the temperature control. But there's another one called, there are mushrooms, Schisandra, that's for brain fog in particular. That's actually spelled Schisandra, and she pronounced it Schisandra. And then rhodiola, maca, and ashwagandha. Where have you heard ashwagandha before? Here. Okay, so what do these do? Why are adaptogens so important in dealing with menopause and perimenopause and postmenopause? They work like antidepressants, okay? And this is information that I got from Dr. Sims. So please feel free to go and, just listen to that podcast if you want. Do your own research on it. Talk with your doctors about it. But she explains that they work like antidepressants in that they attach to cortisol and estrogen receptor sites. So they go in there and they help moderate the, flux. Moderate the flux, because our cortisol levels are going up. Then we stress, and we're stressing, and we're anxious. Some people are afraid to go out because they've got this stress thing going on, and they're feeling, this depression, and they don't know what's wrong. They're like, this isn't me. What is going on? And so you can start taking these adaptogens to help moderate them. When they attach to these receptor cells, she said it's like a flat line for it. So it helps your body adapt to stress in a positive way. So what does ashwagandha do in particular? It works on relaxation and the parasympathetic response, which is digestion. And she goes into more depth on that. But if you have high stress, if you cannot sleep, or you need a better recovery, your memory is bad, your cognition, just your whole brain function, body composition, anxiety, all of those things that I've talked about that we experience and can't figure out, like, is this menopause? Is this a bad day? Is this COVID? It's not fair. But you can do something about it. And ashwagandha is the most generalized of those to help with all of the different problems that I've been talking about. So what about ashwagandha? We have got a product called Inner Calm. Inner Calm has ashwagandha and saffron in it. And it also has L-theanine, which is an amino acid that's found in tea leaves. So that helps with calming and relaxation as well. So, on our label, we don't have a huge amount in there. Okay. So, it's not like you're going to OD on ashwagandha, but they do say to limit it to 1 time a day. So maybe you have it in the morning. If you know you have stress throughout your day, maybe you add that little thing of powder. I'm putting it in my shakes every morning now. And maybe you just really need it for going to sleep, calming, flatlining those anxious feelings and all of that. Maybe you take it at night. Maybe you put it in your tea. Whatever it is, you need to incorporate it. If you are experiencing these things, I am highly recommending that you try this. And from now going forward, when I am talking about Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living, I am going to, through our health and well-being questionnaire, we're uncovering what's happening in your life. And if you tell me, I can't sleep, I can't get to sleep, I feel anxious, my memory is going, like I have brain fog, I have high stress, I'm out and I'm active and I'm not recovering like I used to, I'm going to suggest Inner Calm. It is not going to hurt you. It is going to help you. If you have any questions, ask your doctor. But it is so worth it, guys. And don't forget, 90-day money-back guarantee on all of the products. But the reason that I brought up, because you're not going to need that, I will tell you right now. But the reason I bring up the slight edge is because when you take Inner Calm, you will feel an immediate effect. That's the beauty of this in particular. But over the long haul, you may think, I keep putting this scoop of Inner Calm in my shake or in my tea every single day. Is it doing any good? It is. Okay? It is. You need to have that trust, that confidence, that belief, because remember, the mundane things you do over time will suddenly feel like a breakthrough. Suddenly you're going to look back and go, oh my God, I just slept through the night. I feel so refreshed. You're going to feel like a different person. And it's so easy to do something about it. So I was really, really excited to come to you and talk about this today because I knew that our Inner Calm product was amazing for so many reasons, but I never really talked with you about what you're experiencing, what I'm experiencing, and how this can directly affect that in a positive way. So I hope that you reach out to me like right now and say, get me some Inner Calm. Don't live with this, okay? Not when you can do something and have a positive change. So, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead, and I will talk to you next Tuesday.